Whereupon my ex would go, hey, 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 come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it, F you. Tony Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And, and then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't. But Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it. Oh,
but
actually, hey, it worked out in the long run.
I hope that I actually do hope they make another season actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
also follow a simp account.
Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking. This is
we actually
networking.
follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't look at that stuff. It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got It's Sunday, guys. You know what that means. It is time for your final dose of the Pro Wrestling Injection right here on the Pro Wrestling Injection YouTube and Twitch. It's the final dose of the week until midnight tonight, where we start the new dose, because today is the pre-show for AEW Double or Nothing. A whole 5 years later, going back to the birthplace in MGM Grand Arena. I am the Outlaw, Zach Troll. I'm here joined by the Goon Christian. He's going to kick us off with the card as I fill out our tags for the YouTube channel. So kick us off.
All right, so we got Double or Nothing, a 5-year anniversary. AEW kicking off from where it started at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. And just getting right into it here, since we only got like 30 minutes until the show goes live. We have the 0 Hour, and we have only 2 matches confirmed for the 0 Hour. And they are a 6-man tag between the Acclaimed and the Cage of Agony, which is Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony. And we have Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo. So first off, because of the first due to the first match, the 6-man tag, they've been kind of pushing Cage and the Gates of Agony as of late, especially Cage. I think they're gonna get him, give him a little bit of a push. So, and the Acclaim just came back to tag wrestling, so it's like they're just doing a 6-man just because they just want to put him on the show. So I'm gonna go with the Cage of Agony here. I think they could probably need it more, even though it's not really neat. It doesn't really matter.
I guess for this case, I'm gonna go with the Cage of Agony, because I think they kind of need a push if they're going in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I see that Mike did not predict it, but I'm gonna assume it would be a unanimous thing. Even though he likes the Acclaim, I feel it would be a unanimous.
All right, so and then the last match on the 0 Hour that we know about, we have Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo, this has been a long built feud. They were involved in the women's title feud, Dynasty. Even after that, this is the aftermath of that feud. It was pretty good layup they had after. They have both these women ready to go into a feud after they both lost to Tony. For this one, Deanna just went heel, which is what she should be. She's a much better heel than she's a babyface. She was a great heel in Impact,
Yeah.
and a great heel everywhere else. So, I'm very happy that they turned her heel. I think that with her running away as of late from Thunder Rosa, I think just to make her not look like a complete, uh, not make her like scared at Thunder Rosa, but um, since she just turned heel, since she's still kind of fairly new to AEW, I'm gonna go with Deanna here. I think Deanna should win this match. Thunder Rosa doesn't really lose much if she loses to Deanna. She can slot right in somewhere else. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Deanna Purrazzo.
I'm gonna agree with that. I think Deanna Purrazzo's on a good streak here right now. And kind of going into the pay-per-view, her getting this win would be great. It's probably gonna lead to somewhere down the line on a Rampage for them to get a lights out match. I feel that's probably where we're gonna see their feud kind of taper
Maybe.
out.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know about lights out. But they could definitely do something.
Well, I'm not saying
I
like
don't.
on like your traditional like Dynamite or Collision where it's live, like
Yeah, you
but
could.
like
You
kind
could
of
do like you could do one
on
of
a
those gimmick.
Rampage.
Yeah, you could do like one of those gimmick ones on Rampage. So they've done those a lot. So that wouldn't be a bad idea.
And that is also
But yeah.
another unanimous from Mike as well.
So, getting into the main card here, we have 10 matches on the main card. Which this is a very very loaded main card. I'm very excited for this card. And we're gonna kick it off here with Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta, which is the only match on this card, on the main card that isn't revolving around some title besides the Anarchy in the Arena match. Um, so this is a grudge match. These two have been going at it for a while now. This has kind of been a sleeper feud as of late. Don Callis is obviously involved in this. They have it's centered around Chuck Taylor and his retirement, and Trent being a newfound heel. But this has been going on for a while. They've wrestled each other multiple times already in AEW. They wrestled each other on the 0 Hour Dynasty. But I think that for this match, I think it's revealed that because Callis has been scouting Orange Cassidy to try to like basically take Orange Cassidy under his wing, and have him join the Don Callis family. But I think it's all a swerve. I think Trent is the one who's going to end up with Don Callis and in the
Yeah.
family because obviously, Powerhouse Hobbs is going to be out for a very long time, and that the Callis family kind of needs more than just Fletcher and Takeshita because Ospreay's barely a part of it. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Trent here to win under nefarious means by interference by Don Callis or maybe even Kyle Fletcher gets involved. But I'm gonna go with Trent Beretta here.
As am I. I'm gonna go with Trent Beretta with Don Callis helping. Mike has also picked Trent because he says, and I quote, "Why not?" I think this also would mark, like the third or fourth time Orange Cassidy has lost on pay-per-view.
Yeah, but that's the thing about Orange. Orange, like after the two international title runs, and how over he is, like at all times, he's one of the most bulletproof guys AEW has. You could have
Yeah.
Orange lose a lot, and it doesn't really affect him that often. So if he loses the trend here, he really doesn't lose anything. Um, you could if he loses, you could slot Orange in somewhere else that's even bigger. So it's not like he's being harmed.
Oh yeah.
And if it's by nefarious means, it's not really that much
Yeah.
of a big deal. But yeah, we're gonna go with I'm gonna go with Trent here, and that seems like unanimous.
Yep.
Getting into the next one. This isn't a title match, but it's revolving around a title. But we have the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match between Konosuke Takeshita and Jon Moxley. So obviously this was New Japan's decision to have this be an eliminator match because that's everything IWG is under their jurisdiction. So this is what they wanted, and hey, this is an excellent matchup here. This Mox and Takeshita going at it 1-on-1 for the first time. Very excited to see this match. And I think it's a lot harder to call than people are giving it credit for, because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, IWGP champ Mox is he's just gonna win." Um, Mox is going to be wrestling Evil on June 9th at Dominion. Um, but after that, really doesn't have any clear challenger for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Forbidden Door. Whether that be Yota Tsuji, somebody else that New Japan ends up trying to slide into that role. There's not a clear person to have anyone challenge for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Forbidden Door yet. So, what I think here is that they're going to have Takeshita win this match. I think Takeshita beats Moxley. I think he gets the match, and they're going to do a rematch at Forbidden Door between these two, because Mox technically would be the New Japan representative, and Takeshita would be the AEW representative. And I think that obviously Takeshita is extremely popular in Japan, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in the G1 this year. Hopefully, that would be fucking crazy. But I'm going with Takeshita here because it's an eliminator match and not a world title match, and I think that's going to set up another match at Forbidden Door between these two.
This is where I agree with you on this one. I see Takeshita going over. Once again, more nefarious means with Don Callis doing stuff, or maybe even because I don't think they're gonna introduce another member to Don Callis' family twice in one night. But never say never on pay-per-view nights. Yep. I think someone else could get involved here. Hell, maybe even House of Torture gets involved to set up more.
No, they're not there. No, they're not. They're literally not there.
Okay, I thought you were just shooting it down. You're like, I don't want to see House of Torture on a fucking AEW pay-per-view.
But I'm like, they're actually like not there.
All right. I figure I'd throw it out there just in case.
Because at least Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Yujiro Takahashi, Sho, at least those three are not there. Evil and Ren Narita are unaccounted for. They weren't on the Best of the Super Juniors card today. They weren't even in the prelim matches, and they had a 3-day break from the Best of the Super Juniors until today. So at least the Yujiro, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Sho won't be there. But Evil and Ren Narita, maybe. Jack, I mean, you already have one House of Torture member on the show, which is Jack Perry. But obviously that is a different thing. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be showing up at all. If they do, okay. I mean, it's the Evil's presence is already on the show. He spray painted the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship black. That's why it's all black and fucked up when Mox holds it. So, but yeah, Takeshita for me, Takeshita for you, Mike.
Is Mox.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Next up, we have the Unified World Trios Championship match between Death Triangle and Bang Bang Gang.
Are we getting just one belt now?
Well, they already mentioned it's already been unified. The only reason they're holding it around is because because Bullet Club Gold, and they have a lot of gold.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying so after pending, say, if Death Triangle wins, it would be they would introduce like one title.
Well, they already have the one title. The one title is the main AEW Trios belt.
Are they also blending the ROH title with that?
It already is.
Oh god.
They're just carrying them around.
Okay.
They're all the regular AEW Trios titles, like the Trios titles. That's the Unified Trios titles. They're just carrying the Bang Bang Gang, just carrying the other two around because it's Bullet Club Gold and they have a lot of gold. Excalibur even talked about this on commentary. But if Death Triangle wins, they're just gonna carry the ones.
Okay.
But I don't foresee that happening. I think Bullet Club Gold wins here. I think they retain with the help of the returning Juice Robinson. I think Juice Robinson returns tonight. This was the timetable for his return, was said to be around Double or Nothing. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bang Bang Gang here due to Juice Robinson's return.
Mike just informed us He doesn't know if he saw it, but Bullet Club Gold was removed from the roster page, and apparently they'll just be going solely by the Bang Bang Gang now, which is
Yeah.
Yeah, because
They've been
everyone,
doing that for a
everyone
couple
just
weeks
calls
now.
them that now.
Yeah, because they're really not Bullet Club, to be honest, because they're not even acknowledged in New Japan.
Yeah.
Like they might be if David Finlay and the War Dog show up during Forbidden Door stuff. So we'll see.
I think okay. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bang Bang Gang for this one. I think that's a unanimous.
Yep. Next up, we have the FTW Championship match, the three-way between Hook, Katsuyori Shibata, and the FTW Champion Chris Jericho. This is going to be contested under FTW rules. So
if Shibata wins, he's going to Carrot Top, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, he might.
He's really funny.
But yeah. This one I think is one of the easier ones to call. Jericho just started the learning to treat gimmick. You have Big Bill there. I think Jericho retains. That's why Shibata's in the match. I think you could beat Shibata again because this is Shibata's second ever no DQ match.
Yeah.
So it would be, and Shibata and Hook have been at each other's throats as of late. And Samoa Joe has even interjected himself and said, "Hey, what the fuck are you guys fighting for? You have a common enemy." So I think there's gonna be spin off into that, and then Jericho could and Hook is probably gonna be finished after this. But I have Jericho retaining.
This one I'm very tossed on, but I can see Jericho going over as well. I think that
I just think it's too early.
The thing that I want most is for Jericho to change the name of the title to the FTW, called FTP, for the people, instead of for the world, for the people.
Well,
he could do that.
I mean, he could do that, but you got to remember that's a lot of money and a lot of time that has to go into being a belt being produced.
No, what you do is you just get a sticker, you put it over the W.
He already has it.
No.
Yeah.
Instead of his name, you just get a giant P and put it over the W.
Nah, there's no reason to do it. It doesn't matter that much. I mean, and plus, the FTW with FTW, it already is upsetting Taz. Like Taz is already pissed off every time he sees it. So it's like it's already there. And
add more fuel to the fire.
Well, the fuel is already there. It's already FTW.
Add more to it. Throw a whole gallon of gasoline at it.
It wouldn't be FTP. It would not be the same thing because FTP is different than FTW. If Taz sees, it's the FTP. All right, fine. This is my FTW championship. That's associated with Taz. The initials FTW are associated with Taz and his son.
True. All right.
But
it's unanimous.
But yeah, I have Jericho.
Unanimous.
All right, so everybody's picking Jericho.
Yep.
All right, next up we have the TNT Championship barbed wire steel cage match between Adam Copeland and Malachi Black. This one here is maybe the hardest match on the show to call. I'm
confident in my pick.
I think it could go either way. There was a great promo on Collision by Adam Copeland, and he was talking about how maybe I want to join the House of Black, or not join the House, like maybe I want the House to join me. Maybe I'll take Buddy and Brody. They know what I can do. And that was a direct reference to him starting the Judgment Day with Buddy's fiance, Rhea Ripley. So now there's this added element where Copeland is threatening to steal the house away from Malachi. So that's an added thing here. I think Copeland, I think it's still a little early to have Copeland lose the title. But I think Malachi would do well with it. I don't think Malachi even needs it, but I think Malachi would do well with the TNT title.
I think he would benefit more than anyone else, though.
Yeah, I think he would be good. I don't think he needs it, but I think he'd be cool with it. But here's the thing about this feud. I don't think this is over.
It's not.
After this, I really don't think this is over.
This 100% is going to lead to hell. Maybe even this somehow, like pushing aside like Team Elite versus like AEW stuff. You can have like somehow this build to its own blood and guts as well. Like team wise.
Maybe. I don't think Blood and Guts is gonna be touched by anybody else by
Besides the elite this year.
other than the elite. I think it's way too obvious.
Yeah.
But Copeland is obviously the TNT champ. He's been doing the Cope Open, and my heart says like Malachi Black, but my brain says Adam Copeland. So, and I'm gonna go with Adam Copeland because you have an event next month called Forbidden Door with Adam Copeland doing the Cope Open, and what is the easiest fucking event to do an open challenge at if you're a guy who's never wrestled a New Japan star before? Forbidden Door.
That's who's to say that Malachi can't do his own open challenges.
No, he could, but I'm saying this
the
is
house,
the first
man.
time,
the house rules.
This is well, he could do that anyway. Adam Copeland, this is his first Forbidden Door. This is his first time ever he's going to be working main New Japan talent. He's never done this before. In WWE, obviously he couldn't do that. This is the first time you're going to get to see Edge potentially against Tanahashi or Tetsuya Naito or Shingo Takagi or Hiroki Goto. That's going to sell itself. So I think it's going to be I don't think this is over. I think Copeland is going to win. I think he'll do that and then they'll get back to the business with Malachi here. And I think Malachi will end up eventually winning the title. And I could see that happening potentially at Wembley. Which would make it which can make it mean even more.
I see where I 100% see all your points, but I'm going with Malachi. I think it's time that he gets a singles title. He's been like he's more or less been jerked around AEW quite a bit when it came down to his first feud with Cody, and then it came down to the stuff prior of like him not really getting pushed in singles opportunities. They're only getting the trio stuff.
I wouldn't say jerked around. I don't think he was jerked enough. Like he was just doing trio shit for about a year and a half. This is his first singles match on a pay-per-view, and I have no fucking idea.
In a long time. I think it's time for him to get a title. A singles title and have a proper singles run. I think even still him winning this title doesn't prevent Adam from doing crazy stuff at Forbidden Door. Hell, have in some way you do like a triple threat or a fatal 4-way and have or even a fatal 5-way because you have all this talent coming into the show.
Well, we gotta see because that's also our brains are thinking Forbidden Door, New Japan, AEW. We're not even conceiving the fact that CMLL is gonna be involved in this some way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going with Copeland. You're going Malachi. Mike is
Malachi.
Okay. Next up, we have the AEW International Championship between Roderick Strong and Will Ospreay. So this is actually a better feud than I thought it would be. It's got a lot of heat on it, and this is going to be a great match. I mean, Ospreay is obviously the best, and Roddy is no fucking slouch in his own. Roddy's fucking great. So this should be. I mean, I'm expecting an excellent match between these two, but I think this is one of the easier ones to call. Obviously, I'm going to go with Will Ospreay here to take the international title from Roderick Strong.
I'm gonna go with Roddy on this one.
Having Roddy be the first person to beat Will Ospreay in this company, I don't think you can have that.
I see the arguments, but I'm liking this stuff with Roddy. Also, going off by some photos online from fans, Adam Cole is in town as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, I expected that, yeah. But I just, it's way too early. And people are saying, and a lot of people are saying, like, he can't, like, if Ospreay wins the international championship, then he can't do Swerve run. He could absolutely do both. He could challenge Swerve for the world title. as the international champion.
I think, and this is just a shot in the dark here on my own predictions, you somehow get because we don't know where Cole is with his recovery. We don't know how far out, how far in. Maybe even just having Adam Cole screw Ospreay over and then have a mini feud.
Well, that's just it. I think blowing whoever the first person to beat Ospreay, I think blowing that now, this early is nonsensical.
Well, it's at that point it's just going to be like a dusty finish, so it protects Ospreay.
No,
in the
because
long
guess
run.
what happens? Guess what happens? You could have Adam Cole try to screw Roddy, but here's the thing. What is Wardlow's job? To keep the championships on the Undisputed Kingdom. Wardlow's gonna fuck Roddy in this match by accident. Adam Cole's gonna give him the death stare again. Ospreay's gonna win the title, and when Adam Cole comes back, guess who's the first person to beat Will Ospreay? Adam Cole. If this continues, I just think it's way too early to blow whoever beats Ospreay first here. I think you could build to that. That's a ready-made story. Who is gonna beat the best wrestler in the world right now? It could even be Swerve at Wembley. That would do wonders for Swerve.
True.
This guy beat Will Ospreay. You're gonna have him Roddy just fucking job him right now? This early? I don't like that. And I think fucking Wardlow's gonna fucking now that Adam Cole's getting closer to returning, he's gonna start failing and Roddy's gonna lose his belt, and whenever the next Ring of Honor show is, the Kingdom's gonna lose their tag titles, and Adam Cole probably be back around that time and be like, "Hey, what the fuck, guys? What the hell? What the hell's going on, Wardlow? You had one job and you couldn't even do it." And then you get your Wardlow, Adam Cole, and you could do something with that. But I think it's way too early to beat Ospreay here.
I don't know where you would put like what title feuds going into this, because I'm assuming if Roddy does drop it tonight, this is where partially their story ends for now. Like,
because Ospreay's gonna have to wrestle somebody at Forbidden Door because he's wrestled everybody already. But that's the thing though. You could put fucking Ospreay in there with a fucking blow up doll. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who Ospreay's in the ring with at all, because Ospreay, number one in this company, he's gonna end up being the top guy in this company before the year's end. Before the fall, this guy's gonna be the top guy in the company, not named Swerve Strickland.
My gut is telling me Roddy though. So my gut is telling me Roddy in this situation.
I just think that would be a fucking really bad decision. You have a story. You have a free story. Who was going to be the first person to defeat this fucking wrestling enigma who has came into this company and never lost, and he has beaten the best of the best in this company? Who is going to beat this guy? Why would you blow it now? You can't do it.
I just
you
got.
Could have you.
I,
You can
I,
have
I
Ospreay.
see
You
it,
can have. You can have
like,
Ospreay. I mean, even if they're not gonna do this because that'd be stupid. But even if Ospreay turns heel halfway through, then you have a fucking gauntlet of who the fuck's gonna beat this guy. This guy's running roughshod through your company, and no one could do a damn thing about it. And somebody's gonna have to step up. And there's your Bryan Danielson rematch. There's your Kenny Omega rematch. There's your Takeshita rematch. There's your first time ever Darby Allin Ospreay. You have so much shit to work with there, but you can't do it if you blow it this early.
So I don't know. I'm seeing both sides of the argument, but I just want Roddy to continue with this title because I personally like Roddy with this title.
Roddy, I love Roddy, but he's wrestling Will Ospreay for the international title.
It's gonna be.
They could have delayed it, but obviously.
Also, I'm grateful right now. My Apple pay account just let me buy the pay-per-view, even though I don't have the money in my account to cover it. So that's gonna be fun to see come out on my account on Wednesday.
All right, we gotta speed this up here.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm sticking with Roddy and you and Will and you and Mike have Osprey.
Yep. Next up, we have the AEW Women's World Championship between Serena Deeb and Timeless Tony Storm. This is easy as hell to fucking
Tony Storm.
This is Tony Storm written all over it. This is just another warm body just to get Tony to Wembley to wrestle Mariah May or Jamie Hayter. So
what is
Tony
it,
Storm.
What is it? Did you hear that Serena Deeb is auctioning off the flag that Tony draped herself in?
No.
Yeah, she's auctioning off that flag.
That's cool.
That had a quote Tony Storm's naked body on it.
I just want to say this. This was reported by PW Insider. I don't know if this is just bait, but I don't think they do that when it comes to terms of injury stuff. Jamie Hayter is not expected to appear on the show. A lot of people were speculating, oh, she's going to return tonight. She's not expected to be there tonight. So
MJF was reported to have landed in Arizona, which is a short drive away from Vegas.
Maybe. But Tony, this is Tony.
Yeah, but I'm also just addressing the MJF stuff that I saw.
Yeah, Tony, this is Tony. Jackie, Mike definitely has Tony. Just move on.
Oh, that's
obviously
so weird to see the old set again because you had the poker chips on the side.
They're not taking the title off Tony. Next up, we have our triple main event. And first off, we're keeping it to the women. We'll talk about the TBS Championship here between Willow Nightingale and the debuting match for Mercedes Moné. This is kind of hard to call because Willow just won the title, but listen, Tony Khan's paying Mercedes a lot of money. There's a lot of eyes on Mercedes, and there's a lot of shit to do with Mercedes. She's just going heel. And I believe that Mercedes Moné will be winning the TBS Championship tonight with the help of the debuting Camille Brickhouse from NWA.
I'm also thinking Chris Statlander is turning on Willow tonight as well.
Yes, I forgot to mention that as well. I think Statlander and Stokely fuck her over, but I also think Mercedes is going to get herself a heater within Camille Brickhouse. So that sets up Willow's journey back to the title, where she has to go through Statlander.
What's going to happen
Mercedes.
is
I could even see her having two. I could even see her having Camille and Megan Bayne if they want to debut Megan Bayne this early.
I think what's going to happen is this is a bold prediction for how they're going to do the Statlander turn. Because it's obvious that we're all picking Mercedes. How they're going to do this is Mercedes. Willow's going to try to, Statlander's going to try to give sympathy to Willow. Willow's going to push her away, and then that's going to snap the twig in Statlander's brain. She does a similar thing to what Trent did, which is a running knee straight to Willow, takes her down. Stokely's gonna look confused, but he's gonna be in on it the whole time. And then
I don't think he's. Yeah, I think he's gonna be the benefactor between all this. But yeah, so everybody's got Mercedes.
Yeah, everyone has Mercedes.
All right. Next up, we have the AEW Championship match between Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage. This is
is
great
this rumored to be the main event? The main event?
Not. Definitely not.
So Anarchy
in the Arena's got to be. Okay. This one's easier to call for me. Swerve. Swerve's not losing the title.
Yeah.
The fucking pay-per-view after he won it. He's the
Especially
guy.
to fucking Christian.
Yeah.
No offense
Christian
to
is
him.
a great time. Yeah, Christian. I would love to see Christian with the title eventually, but now is not the time at all.
Now, see,
Swerve,
I think the only way Christian's getting his hands on that title is if somehow down the line in like 5-6 years, Nick Wayne fucking wins it, and Christian's gonna hold that thing hostage.
Maybe, but yeah, this is Swerve. Everybody's got to have a Swerve.
Yeah, everyone has. We all have Swerve for this.
It was a cool first feud.
Yeah,
for Swerve though. But that brings us to our presumed main event of the evening. The Anarchy in the Arena match between the Elite, the Young Bucks, Jack Perry and Kazuchika Okada versus Team AEW, Bryan Danielson, FTR, and Darby Allin. I'm not gonna even attempt to predict anything of the stunts they're gonna do in this match. What Darby Allin's gonna do?
He has a permit.
If Darby Allin dies tonight, we will see. He might fucking die tonight. We don't know.
Darby Allin, quote, has a permit to use his flamethrower in any state he wants.
All right. Well, let me tell you something. I don't need to see fucking anybody set ablaze tonight. However, if he wants to use it in a safe way, wherever that is, then go ahead.
Now, they have to do the repeat spot.
Absolute chaos.
They have
absolute fucking chaos.
They have to do like the repeat spot of Eddie with the gas can, but you said you have Darby with a gas can and a flamethrower just hobbling down to the ring. Like, well,
maybe
someone's gonna die.
But for me, the Elite just started. This is their first match as a faction. This is Jack's first match back in AEW since he came back. So I'm going with the Elite here. It's way too early to beat them. They're not going to be foiled until they probably get the Swerve or somebody else. But yeah, the Elite. I'm going with the
That
Elite.
is a unanimous on the Elite. Guys, that will do it for the predictions. There's a lot of saving ones. If we want to do unders over on blood for the two matches, that's like
there's gonna be blood in fucking 9 out of 10 of these matches.
But kind of like under over on when it starts.
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
To be honest, this is no longer just for the title wise. This is fun. Also, comments. Mike is happy the Rangers win, and then we got Don Callis family turns on Don Callis. You know what?
I don't know about that.
You know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, no.
All right. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the post show and all that jazz. So yeah, peace out.